Hi everyone, welcome again to today's video. My name is Anna at Migrant Doctor Mom, and today's topic we are going to be talking about how to study in Australia as an international student. If you're really new here, thank you for joining us, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Thank you for your support, and and thank you for the suggestions to cover this topic today. This today's video is essentially talking to somebody that's not sure, has always wished to live in Australia or study in Australia, and is just not sure how to proceed. I'm going just to be quickly run through some of the things that I've researched, and I may refer every now and then, and just to give you a bit of an idea what to do and how to proceed so that you know what to do. So I'll quickly delve into it and we see how to go. So today's topic, I'm talking about how to study in Australia as an international student. So you're at that point, you're undecided whether you want to study or whether you're undecided where you want to go and further your studies. So one of the questions you may be asking yourself, why study in Australia? So if you look at the rankings of university, Australia actually ranks very high amongst the top international universities. So being guaranteed of a quality education, and obviously if you go in line with what is taught and follow the right procedures, you can actually get a degree that's highly regarded, that will open a few more doors for you in terms of your career. It also has quite a wide range of courses, all the way where you can start vocational courses all the way to PhD courses. So vocational degree courses, diploma, then degree, and then masters, and then after that PhD. So lots and lots of courses available. You just need to be in all that you need to want to do should be in line with your goals of a career, but also at the same time in line with what you've done before. So quickly, what are the requirements to study in Australia? What do you need to have for you to even start the process of studying in Australia? So the most important, valid passport that needs to be more than 6 months before expiry. Don't be the type of person that's looking forward to study abroad but you don't have a valid passport. That is the first thing that you need to look out for. Apply for a passport, have it ready and handy to go. And then obviously the other requirement, what you will need will be a valid visa, and that you will apply through the Department of Foreign Affairs. And after that, you'll need health insurance, what we call overseas student health cover. That is offered by various insurance companies. You will then need what we call a GTE, and this is a very important document, I must say. It's a genuine temporary entry. It's a document that's going to indicate why you should be considered to study in Australia. So take your time to do your GTE and to follow, the requirements that needs to be there. Make sure that you thoroughly do your GTE in line with what you want to study. The next thing, obviously, you will need to have is financial capacity to be able to undertake the course. The thing with Australia is being fast sort of nation, like developed nation. Essentially, as much as it is a land of opportunities, life can be quite costly. So accommodation can be costly. The courses as an international student can be costly as well. So essentially, the department will want you to show that you have the capacity to pay your fees, to sustain yourself, to be capable to pay for your bills, and at the same time be able to attend classes. And then the next thing that is usually required by a lot of courses is the proficiency in English. So that is obviously by doing a couple of, English PT or IELTS or, there are a few others that, if you just check, should be available. And then you will need to meet some health requirements. And the health requirements is usually required at the stage of the visa. You will need some character requirements to meet some character requirements. And by this, the easiest is to get a police clearance that's going to show that you are someone who character-wise you are straight, and character-wise you're quite fit to live and study in Australia. And then lastly, but not the least, is to have a COE, confirmation of enrollment, from your university, and you will use the COE to apply for your visa. So someone also may wondered what are some of the courses available in Australia. So the courses available obviously is all the way from vocational courses, so that's a certificate, a diploma, advanced diploma, and then they are degree courses, so undergrad, masters, so masters by education and masters by research. And then obviously there are postgraduate courses, and including a doctorate like a PhD. So the timings are different. In general, most of the masters will be 1 to 3 or 2 years. Most doctorate will be about 3 to 5 years, and obviously some of these courses, especially the masters and PhD, you can actually try and apply for some scholarships that are available for these courses. So essentially, what one may also be wondering is, what's the cost of my study? What is included in the cost of my study? So essentially will depend on your course, your living expenses, and then you'll need money for air ticket, money for your visa, money to start life. Please don't come without any money and expect to immediately start working. You need you'll need money to be able to start life in Australia. So try and have a good amount to cover for your fees, to cover for upkeep, and also to start off life by doing, a few short courses that I will probably endeavor to advise what to cover when you land. What are the popular courses to study in Australia? Someone asked. There are various avenues that you can explore: management and commerce, information technology, including cybersecurity, is also another popular course. Health-related courses like nursing, occupational therapy, and essentially health-related courses are quite keen. And then another area that I didn't realize obviously is popular is food and hospitality. It's a sector that is quite popular amongst a lot of people. So what are the steps to take? There are various steps you need to take. I'll probably mention some of them, but these are the steps that you need to take to be able to study in Australia. Number one, you need to choose your course, understand its requirements, and understand what type of visa you will be. A lot of people will be on a student visa. If you've not seen my previous video about student visas, there are a couple of visas that are available. The commonest one obviously is a student visa, subclass 500, but essentially could have a student visa for somebody who's in high school and stuff like that. But essentially you need to choose your course, think about the institution where the course is provided, preferably have an idea of where you would like to stay, and then look at the requirements for that specific course. They may be asking for, you to have, have a course that's linked up. Like, let's say if you've done public health, you need to be doing a master's in public health, or if you've done a nursing related course, maybe then you can, just look at the requirements under your course. Next thing is you need to budget your finances. So have an idea in terms of how much tuition you're going to need, how much cost of living you're going to need, and probably have a cushion. I would probably just say have a bit of a cushion of an amount of money before you set yourself running. You need to be able to have a supply of some funds to be able to use. And then the next thing is you need to apply for your course. Remember, you can do this yourself, or you can apply through an education agent, or later on a migration agent. But every course or every uni, I've realized, has its own way of doing things. So it's important to know what university you're going to and see what their application process is like. Some of them may insist on you doing it through an education agent, and there are a few that are quite available and been used before. And then after that, once you receive a conditional letter of offer, if you're happy with the letter of offer, then you accept it. And once you pay your fees, then you're given what we call a COE. And it is your COE that you will use to, confirmation of enrollment, that you'll use to apply for your visa. After that, obviously, prepare your visa documents and using your COE lodge for your student visa with the Department of Home Affairs. And then hopefully once you get your visa, it's time for you to pack up to come to Australia. So in summary, those are the steps that you need to take. And as you can see, the main thing is to know what you want and obviously approach approach the essential people or email the university and sort of see what the requirements are. And the beauty of Australia is a lot of things are online. You can just, Google various universities, see what they provide, the cost of international students. So you will get quite a good amount of information even before you go ahead and involve your education agent or your migration agent. Then someone was asking about scholarships for international students. There are some scholarships available for international students. It's just that you sort of need to look around and see if your course is eligible or not. A lot of them would be partially funded, and then you can actually get some full funded scholarships. But as I was looking into it, I realized a lot of the fully funded scholarships are to the PhD students or Masters by Research students, and in some specific universities like the Dickens University. And so there are various ways that you can look at that. You can just, check Australia government sponsored Australian government sponsored, like Australian awards, look at Destination Australia, research training programs, and some universities have university sponsored programs as well, and this would be available on their website. They will show you the requirements, and sometimes those requirements are by merit, so quite important to have a look and see. The other important thing, obviously, is as you start the orientation week, always endeavor to attend your orientation week, usually organized by a university, an opportunity for you to meet your students, the fellow students, meet the teachers, just network, because that will come in quite handy even as you start your training. So to summarize, it's quite, I find student visas to be not the easiest, but the fairer way to get yourself started in Australia. Obviously, you'll be living and working here as well, obviously within the limits of your visa. And the process is like I've explained, and I'm really hoping that this will be helpful to somebody. And like I always say, it's, we lose nothing by lighting another person's candle. And essentially, there are avenues that you can try and get more information on this. Using your education agent is one of them. Having a chat with the migration agents is another one. But generally, a lot of information is quite available online, and it's always good to know what you want before you engage somebody else. So as you plan to come study in Australia, I wish you the very best, and I hope the process will be great for you. Thank you for watching. Please share this information if it's important to you, if you found it helpful, and leave a comment if there's something else you would like me to cover, and leave a comment if this has been helpful. Thank you so much, and God bless.